Okay, Matthew chapter 18, 7, 8, and 9 was our devotional this morning. Woe to the world because of offenses, or it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offense comes. Wherefore, if your hand or your foot offend you, cut them off, and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hell fire. This is the principle of spiritual amputation. We have a fig tree in our garden, and last year there was a shoot coming out, and when you look at a plant, you try to figure out which branch is valuable, which branch is healthy. And when there's a shoot, they may be competing for the resources in the plant. So if you cut one off, it can add growth to the other parts of the plant. So I did that. I cut off one, kind of guessing which one to cut. And I think I got it right, because the plant really grew better. So there are Christians that we bear fruit, but we wonder if we could bear more fruit. And maybe the answer to bearing more fruit is amputation. It might be good for us to lose something to gain something else. Amputation, cutting off your hand or plugging out your eye. And if you have too much, it might result in little. But by losing something, cutting it off, amputating, it may result in abundance and fruitfulness. And you can know a tree by its fruit. Isn't that in Matthew 5? We know a tree by its fruit. So you are called, you are an object of God's grace, you are involved by the Spirit and being sanctified. Another point is there are mistakes that people can make about living a sanctified life. One of them, let's mention 2. One of them is to be sanctified, God must do this. God must sanctify me. I just am waiting on God, and it's God's action, it's God's work. Maybe there are people that say it's just got to be God, not me. It has to be God and God only. That's like one error. The other, which I'll explain in a minute. The other one is mechanical obedience, mechanical action, keeping the law, living by the letter of the law, doing the right things, but not with the heart. So in between those 2 errors, I'm not doing anything, God must do it all, versus, I'm doing it, it's my obedience to the letter of the law, my kind of mechanical obedience and program. But we know that the life in the Spirit is a work of grace, and it's from our hearts. And we bring our life again before God. And if He says, cut off your right hand, then not out of a mechanical obedience, but out of a heart of understanding that the Lord is asking me. And I am surrendered to him and believe that he'll give me the grace for that, the understanding for that. And you actually cut it, not literally, but you take, your hand is so valuable, your right hand, and it's so valuable, and you're trusting God, you're living in faith, and you are cutting that off. And that amputation results in a spiritual blessing. It results in a promotion of grace. It results in the Lord lift you up. But it doesn't relate mechanically to like our circumstances, or it's something deeper. It's your relationship with your heart before God. So we are in the game. We're not like passive and expecting God to do it all. Then I don't bear fruit. I don't know why I don't have fruit. And then nor is it the mechanical legalism, but it is your life with God in faith and in obedience to him. And then the amputation will result in spiritual blessing and spiritual understanding and blessing from God in your heart. Yes, amen. God bless you.